Hello and welcome to another LEGO knockoff review, but not quite. This is a bit different, bit special. Loz Mini. Okay, that's the brand name. Set number 6181, a Hong Kong taxi. They also do Hong Kong minibuses, and I think there is a green taxi, you know, and they have both. And they have both green and red minibuses, or light buses, depending on what you call them. Now, another brand has released Hong Kong taxis as well as buses and trams. Those look kind of cool, but their taxis definitely don't look good at all, and this one looks a lot better. I kept looking at this and the size felt a bit weird, like how is it smaller, how does it fit? And I even saw an actual display of it, but I even saw it in like a display case, but it wasn't too clear to like look at it properly. I couldn't pick it up or anything, so I was just like, you know what, I'll just pick this one up because it's not that expensive and just see what it's like. And it's definitely quite interesting, so please stay tuned this video. It's something quite odd about it. So by the way, here's a quick look at the back showing you, hey, this inside details, and it does look pretty decent. You can open the front doors, but unfortunately not open the back, so that's a bit of a shame. One thing I really don't like with this is that the instruction booklet is not a booklet, it's a huge like sheet. So if you want to copy this with Lego pieces, you can, and I will just insert the images here of the instructions so you can pause the video or something, or I would put the instructions on one of my image sites as well, so if you want to look at them, please look at the links below. That's where I will post images of these instructions so you can build yourself one with Lego. Overall, it wasn't too big of a pain. I definitely would have preferred it as a booklet, but for the most part the designs are spread across like the folds of the paper, so you could fold this sheet in different corners and you should be able to do it just fine, but a booklet would have been better. Maybe this was like a cost-saving technique for them. There's a lot of spare pieces. Actually came with more spare pieces than this, but I sort of just randomly plugged them into where the car's motor or engine would be to simulate, you know, there's some machinery and stuff. So there's a few less pieces there, but there's definitely more. And you probably still can't tell right now, but I'm gonna bring in an actual Lego brick. See that? And then you just look at the size of this, and it's like, oh, it's not half the size, but it's this thing is 3/4 scale to regular Lego bricks. That goes with same, like the same goes with the thickness and the length and all that. Basically every stud is just slightly smaller than a regular Lego brick, and that's something I only noticed when I started building it. No minifigures with this set, it is just the taxi. Now this is a 2-seater car, so you know it's 2 seats wide, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 studs wide, but if I bring in an actual Lego car, you can see, even though this is supposed to be 1 stud extra, it is still smaller than the Speed Champions car. Width, yep, it's an extra stud, but it's definitely a stud and a half. It is extra stud bigger than the Lego one, but it's definitely a stud and a half smaller than the Speed Champions car. So that's quite interesting there. That's me like making it fall apart just by fiddling around with it. It's not the most secure thing. So the plus sides to this car is that the overall shape it's pretty nice. It's from the front, the front engine area is a little bit on the long side, but you do get little features like these windscreen wipers or whatever. But does this look like an actual Hong Kong taxi in terms of colors? Yes, but in terms of the shape, not quite. This is a bit too long, or this side is a bit too short. You know, needs a bit more room that way, either way you put it. If you just look at it from the front, yeah, pretty good. As soon as you look at the side, the lens on everything just doesn't look quite right. And of course, there's no back door opening. You can put like there's seats in the back, but this is the biggest bummer of this set. And this roof piece is also not so good. It's got this stuff that pokes out a little bit. It doesn't look quite natural. And from the back, it looks like a Hong Kong taxi. This looks great. Little antenna for the radios or whatever. And unfortunately these boots and the front doesn't open. It's not supposed to, but it is like weak enough for you to open it. Well, it was first I built it. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I put the extra random pieces in there to build a sort of engine motor thingy, so you can have something you can do. And I feel like they've all designed that way because there's slightly less studs there. You can sort of do the same with the back. Maybe not. That whole thing's just falling apart. So on the plus side, it's definitely recognizable as a Hong Kong taxi, but the overall build and shape of it isn't too. The doors, they're on a single hinge only, and that makes it a little bit on the fragile side. You can see I can wobble it just a little bit. And I hate that there are no glass panels there, and I hate that these pieces go up quite easily or down quite easily. So is the front window. The back not so much, it's because it's hidden for the most part, and the chairs, the back seats are pushing against it. I just remove this. You can see that there are different color variations inside there for added detail, and those look pretty decent. I'll probably sit one minifigure in the back, so that's what I'm going to do. Just because they're right near to me, I have this Imperial guy there. Let me sit him in the back, and let me try to put the roof back on. Yep, that's on there. His head is rubbing against the roof because he's a bit too tall. Reminds me of I guess you would call it college days, but for us, secondary school days, where other classmates just reach the driving age, they'll spend money on a cheap car without a back seat, and we're all carpool together. Way too many people in one car. Very uncomfortable. That's just reminding me of that. I don't like that. So oh, the front fell off the car. That's something with the set. There's a lot of design quirks here that I'll go more into later. So, but can you set two people in the front? So I'm going to move the steering wheel up, and let's see. Well, let me put Tarkin here would like a lift in this taxi. So he's going to sit here. Okay. Just move his hands down, and that should be better. That's one of the things as well. I was searching a lot of searching online to see if this was something that minifigures can sit into. I was like, can it? Not quite. Why is it not using regular seats? And now I know why. Can he stick his foot under the wheel? Oh, that'll do. Almost, kinda, yes. Now the windscreen can't go back down because the wheel's in the way. I feel like if you want minifigures to actually be comfortable in here, you're gonna have to remove their legs or something. That sounds so sinister. You want to sit in here, you're gonna cut your legs off. Oh, that kind of works. And then put the roof back on. No, that's not working. So yeah, let's just get these minifigures out because they're not sitting in there properly. And let's just remove the legs. That's the sound of me with my legs being removed. Stick in there, and then let's remove Tarkin's legs. His hair's going yellow. That's not good. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move one of his arms like that. That usually helps a bit. Oh, is his head going yellow as well? Oh, that sucks. Okay. They're fine. He's looking at the driver. Hey, what are you doing? Move the steering wheel back down. Now Tarkin's just falling down into his seat. Come on, sit up a bit better. There we go. And then this roof can go on. So if you wonder if you can fit a minifigure in here, well, they do look realistic in there. That looks right. It's just, you have to remove their legs to do it. So, yep, that's Imperial officer or something giving Tarkin a carpool in a Hong Kong taxi. So, after some consideration, I will not be applying the sticker sheet onto the taxi because I think I won't be keeping this toy. It is a nice curiosity, I think, but the overall shape is just, I don't know, I just don't quite like the overall shape. And while some people might like these, they say nano blocks, for example, I want to stick to something that is Lego scale. I don't want to start deviating and getting different stuff. Just like action figures, I want to stay in the 1/12 scale, maybe up to 7-inch, but I'm going to start avoiding, just for my own collection's sake and not being cluttered with too much stuff, I'm sticking to certain scales. So 1/12 Lego, everything else I'm just gonna slowly move away from. So I won't be keeping this, and I'll probably be selling it on eBay. As for a toy quality itself, I think the build and the design feels like a first draft, or someone who has limited Lego building skills or designing skills and just trying to put everything together. There's some neat tricks here, some nice bits here and there, but overall it's not up to the quality of like a Lego design. And while the bricks themselves, as for the toy quality itself, the bricks, for the most part, the whole thing comes together quite well. Once it's built together, you put it on display, it should be fine. Nothing's too loose, too tight, so the overall clutch is decent enough. It's obviously not as good as Lego, because you can see a lot of these bits, they don't quite align quite correctly. They don't quite align quite correctly on the surface, but overall this thing does come together quite nicely. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and guys, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.